Hi everyone, welcome to Boomwood Farm, and today I'm in with the quails and I'm looking at mating foam. Yes, you heard that right. Quails produce a sexual mating foam. So when I first saw this stuff, I just thought it was poop because I had no idea that the males produce this foam. It's weird. I'm going to show you. There's a little bit down here. Oh, hello. Hello. So this is actually the foam here. You can see there is poop, but there's this white, foamy stuff, like whipped cream or meringue or whatever on top. And the males produce it during the breeding season, and it's uber weird. Now, I'm not very good at sexing quail. I mean, there is the obvious thing that you can do of just watching them, and soon enough you will see the boys mate. And this one here I know is a boy, this fawn one at the back who's just going around the back of that pot. And if you've got multicoloured quail, then obviously you'll see him mate and you'll be like, right, he's a boy. But I have several of the natural colour, which is that brown, that dark brown at the back. Now I might see them mating outside the coop, but once they get in here, I'm not going to be able to tell which one's which. So a really good way is once they're mature and they're in breeding condition and they are laying these beautiful eggs, which there's another one there. 2 so far today. I'll just put them in this pot for now. So once they're laying them, the males produce this foam. So you can go and grab your boys. Oh, there's another 2 eggs there, look. So that's 4 today. They produce this beautiful foam, so you can tell who's a boy and who's a girl. Now, obviously, it has its limits on what you can do. For example, if your males aren't all in breeding condition, then they won't have developed that gland yet, so you won't necessarily be able to tell. So if you pick up a hen and you look at its vent, it might not actually be a hen, it might be an immature male. But if you're looking at culling some of your active adult males, then all the ones you pick up with this gland are definitely boys. So I'm going to capture a few and I will show you the differences between the vents. So here is that boy I was talking about earlier, lovely little boy, and here is his vent. So here's his actual vent here, but here you can see an engorged gland above, and if you just squeeze it a bit, there is your meringue, lovely whipped cream meringue. I'll put him down. Now they don't actually know what this is used for particularly. They think it is used to help the sperm, because the hens can hold the sperm in their bodies for up to 7 days. So they think they inject this foam into the hen afterwards. And maybe it is a matrix that the sperm can sit in and survive for a week. But other than that, they don't really know what it is. Also, it's weirdly got the same proteins in as whipped egg yolk. So it is basically meringue. So let me go and get a girl and I'll show you that one. So here we have a lovely girl, and you can see that actually, compared with some of the boys, she's almost exactly the same. It's very difficult to tell them, I find, visually. She does have a sort of bald spot on the back of her head, and that's where the boys have been clambering on. But again, that's no guarantee either, because I've got some boys with bald spots where they've been going at each other. So the best way, in my opinion, during the breeding season is by their vents. So we're going to show you them in your privates. So here we go. You can see that this is completely different to the boys. There is no big foam gland up the top, it's just a clean vent. Now it's also a good sign of an egg-laying bird as well, because her vent is quite slack, it's not tight, and sometimes when you pick them up it will come out a little bit as well, and that just shows that they're laying eggs, because it's a hard job to do. If she wasn't laying eggs, this would be really, really tight and actually quite difficult to find. So we'll put you down and carry on. So that's your main difference between your boys and girls. I think it's pretty obvious. The boys have that big bulbous gland above, which produces that weird white stuff, foam, meringue. Something you probably never thought you'd know or need to know. But I'm going to be breeding a lot more quail this year because I'm not going to kill the boys in here because, you know, they've become my pets now. But I do want to start eating them, and I want to increase the egg laying because eggs sell really, really well on the homestead. So I'm going to be breeding loads more quails, and I need to be able to tell boys from girls so I can keep the girls and cull the boys and then eat them. Yeah, so lovely little quails. I highly recommend them. They're very easy to keep. They produce these fabulous eggs. And if you haven't got space for chickens, this is what I say, if you haven't got space for chickens, you might well have enough space for quail. Now, a lot of people just keep them in wire cages, which is perfectly acceptable. But I have this aviary available, so they're outside. But you know, if you haven't got space for a big chicken coop, but you've got space, you know, for like a guinea pig run or something like that, these would be brilliant birds to keep, and you could actually raise your own eggs and meat to a certain extent at home. And I have also kept them inside in, you know, the indoor rabbit crates you can get. You could keep a little quartet of quail in there as well, a male and 3 females. So highly recommend these for your homestead.